There are dirty deeds done to fuel the greeds of the men who rule our land. Every killing and coup which that selfish few has sinisterly planned. Now the Union of States has been shady of late, but the shadiest it ever did was the horrible way it killed JFK and buried him under a lid. A bunch of the boys were whooping it up in a dark, smoke-filled back room. The mood was light, just another night of plotting death and doom. Head of the table in dapper garb sat slippery, tricky Dick, with men from places high and low, each boasting his deadly trick. While back in the shadows and out of the sweat of the inner circle's heat, there waited a man with the C.I.A., most eager to win his seat. More devilishly dirty than Satan himself, more dangerous than Dan McGrew, was the slant-drilling son of a Nazi crook named George H.W. When the meeting adjourned, the conspirators turned and walked their separate ways. To Dallas went those who were sent throughout the next few days, while puppets trained as zombie brains took places on the scene. The evil lords who pulled their cords made sure the kill went clean. As the POTUS passed through the cheering mass, the shots rang all around, especially one that seems to have come from a certain grassy mound. But since corpse and car were whisked afar in a pompous federal show, and the probe was rushed and the critics hushed, we may never really know. And then, not only Lee H. Oswald, the accused, was killed. Jack Rubenstein, who killed him, fell mysteriously ill. Key witness deaths from heart attacks, not once, not twice, but thrice. Perhaps such mass infarction came through poisoned darts of ice. For he who threatened the C.I.A. at all costs had to die. And though we may not find out how, we can imagine why. Have you ever gone into the devil's lair, alone under liberty's light, with none to trust, but you know you must, though you're not sure how you'll fight? And face the swords of the tyrant's hordes with naught but your might and your wits? For they've cut your arms, and their shrill alarms will tear your mind to bits. But you press ahead, though you're yet half dead, and their talons pierce you through. Such was the spirit of JFK, jealous, courageous, and true. And jealousy not of the lover's kind, of that he had no need, but that fiery zeal in patriots' hearts, a tragically dying breed. When someone has cheated the land you love, made your freedom a tyrant's lie, so they've gagged your voice, and your only choice is to live free or to die. To stand and shout, though rife with doubt, for they charge at you millions to one. Let us look no more to an idol's torch, for liberty's light is the sun. It's a noble birth to be of this earth, and our birthright to be free. I am of this land, but my brother man has turned it strange to me. Would seem the plan of a foreign man, but by our own red hands, our precious country was turned to one like 100 other lands, where to come out clean is an act unseen, having felled the cherry tree. My God, how ghastly she looks behind bars, that lady who once was free. To fall in the dirt on the climb to the top is the politician's curse. So lie the bricks of politricks, but which dirty crook is worse? The patriot Stiller who stood to the end while so many like him fell, or the man who traded with Hitler's devils and sold his soul to hell? That surprising truth will anger us is inevitable fact, but though truth may set us free to think, it will sure bind us to act. The risk it implies to cut through the lies may discourage and unnerve us, but to tell the truth, though it seem uncouth, is to do a work of service. And then, doesn't everyone know where he was on the murder of JFK? I cannot imagine how to forget such a grim and fateful day. Now I'm not as wise as the lawyer guys, but just between me and you, one man who seemed rather hard-pressed to recall, was George H.W.